In one voice, our nation must condemn racism, bigotry, and white supremacy. These sinister ideologies must be defeated. Hate has no place in America. Hatred warps the mind, ravages the heart, and devours the soul.
Authorities in El Paso say all of the victims from Saturday's shooting in El Paso at a Walmart have now been identified, and the suspect is in custody.
CBS 11's Andrea Lucia is live in El Paso this morning with more on the victims of this horrific tragedy.
The scene is still being blocked off by state troopers. So people have been showing up here all morning. This is about as close as they can get, and they have been leaving flowers, candles, and notes. Some of them say they were just moved by the news. Others have learned the victims include people they know. Here are the victims identified so far by family and friends. 15-year-old Javier Rodriguez had just started his sophomore year of school. He was with his uncle when he was shot and killed. His school district asked students today to wear white and made counselors available. 60-year-old Arturo Benavides, an Army veteran, was at a cash register when he was hit. His wife Nina, who was also there, survived. The family of Leo Campos and his wife Maribel Hernandez realized something was wrong when they got a call the couple's dog had never been picked up from the groomer. Both were killed. 86-year-old Angie Englesby spoke to her son moments before the shooter opened fire. Her family learned yesterday she was also among the dead. And Jordan and Andre Anchondo had just dropped off their 5-year-old daughter at cheerleading practice and were shopping for school supplies. When Jordan was hit, her sister said she fell onto her 2-month-old son, causing him to break several bones, but protecting him from the gunfire.
Baby Paul was recovered from the crime scene with his mother on top of him, and we got word that Andre had jumped in front of his wife to protect his wife and son throughout the whole circumstance.
Mexico's foreign ministry confirms now 7 of its citizens were also among the dead, and just moments ago several men showed up. They left these 7 crosses back here specifically to remember them. The mall here is popular with Mexicans who cross the border just 5 miles away to come shop here.
Andrea, tell us more about the suspect's ties to North Texas.
Well, the suspect, Patrick Crucius, until recently was living with his grandparents in Allen. He graduated from Plano Senior High School. We know that law enforcement searched 3 different locations in North Texas as part of this investigation, and his grandparents yesterday released a statement saying they are devastated by what happened.
Andrea Lucia reporting live for us in El Paso today. Thank you so much. Well, at a vigil outside of Dallas City Hall last night, dozens of people gathered to pray for the El Paso shooting victims and their families. No one knew those affected by the violence, but attendees wanted to show the El Paso community that even from 600 miles away, their hearts are with them. The nonprofit No More Violence hosted that vigil.
This morning, flags at Dallas City Hall are at half-staff and in buildings across the country. Governor Greg Abbott has ordered Texas flags to also be lowered to half-staff in honor of the victims killed in Saturday's shooting. And here is a look at the state capitol in Austin and at the White House. The flags will remain at half-staff through sunset Thursday. And
we're getting a look this morning at North Texans helping with some of the recovery efforts in El Paso. The Texas Baptist men shared these pictures on Facebook. They're working alongside the Salvation Army, collecting donations and helping feed first responders. Over the weekend, they said that they would stay in West Texas as long as needed.
So many people wonder how they can help, and one way to do that is by donating blood. Carter Blood Care sent its local life-saving blood inventory to El Paso to help treat victims of the tragedy. The nonprofit thanks donors who've already come out to help rebuild the community blood supply because more help is urgently needed.